You give me hope, the strength, the will to give on.
Hello everyone, this is Chef Michaela of Seafood Galore.
It's Mervic Vicky Monosilio, and I would like to invite you tomorrow. That's the
And I'm inviting you all to watch JhermiNATION help our...
So on behalf of One You Connect, we would like to thank One Nation.
Hi everyone, I am CJ Little. I am your creative
Karandang, yung Mrs. Tabok in UK 29.
Hi everyone, I'm Irene Coloso, and I would like to...
Ako po si Christine. Gusto ko lang po kayong i-invite sa interview.
Instructor and founder and co-creator of
Churito. I'm inviting everyone to join me.
Montes, and I'm inviting you this coming February 24.
I'm an actor, singer, and entertainer.
I'm currently the Director of Skilled Healthcare International.
I am a newly arrived nurse here in the UK.
Space Organization Coach, and I would like to invite you to join.
Hello everyone, good morning and good evening to everyone.
Everyone, my name is Victoria. I'm a UK-based transgender actor.
Of Artist Venue UK, please join us on
Watch me tomorrow, June 9 at JhermiNATION Facebook page.
UK time, and we're going to be talking about how I manage.
Join me on JhermiNATION show this coming 2nd of June 2021, hosted by...
And I'll be joining the live stream of Germany.
7 p.m. UK time. I'll invite
the JhermiNATION show happening on May 12, 7 p.m. Philippine time.
Check me out on the JhermiNATION show from the UK this Sunday, May 2nd.
On Sunday, April the 18th, 7 o'clock London.
The founder of KNC Music and Arts.
28th of March, I will share my patient.
Expecting to you all watch us this Wednesday, 24.
Imagine all the...
What would you tell your 12-year-old self? If you're in front of your 12-year-old self, what?
Pasko na naman, ngunit wala ka pa. Hanggang kailan kaya ako maghihintay sa iyo? Bakit ba naman kailangan lumisan pa Ang tanging hangad ko lang ay makapiling ka. At sana ngayong Pasko ay maalala mo pa rin ako. Hinanap-hanap pag-ibig mo. At kahit wala ka na, nangangarap at umaasa pa rin ako. Muling makita ka at makasama ka sa araw ng Pasko. Pasko na naman, ngunit wala ka pa. Hanggang kailan kaya ako maghihintay sa iyo? Bakit ba naman kailangan lumisan pa? Ang tanging hangad ko lang ay makapiling ka. Sana ngayong Pasko ay maalala mo pa rin ako. Hinahanap-hanap pag-ibig mo. At kahit wala ka na, nangangarap at umaasa pa rin ako. Muling makita ka at makasama ka sa araw ng Pasko. Sana ngayong Pasko ay maalala mo pa rin ako. Hinahanap-hanap pag-ibig mo. At kahit wala ka na, nangangarap at umaasa pa rin ako. Muling makita ka at makasama ka sa araw ng Pasko. Sana ngayong Pasko
Hello, peace and all the good things, all of you, and warm greetings. Welcome here in JhermiNATION, our hub for health, arts, and business. And I'm your host, Jeremy, here in London. And I take it that you're all doing well and keeping safe wherever you're watching from right now. So please write on the comment box where you are watching from so I can give you a shout out. Ayan, and we are also live simultaneously on different destinations right now. Ayan, we are live on Musika Silangan. Ayan, welcome sa mga nanonood dyan sa Musika Silangan Facebook group. We're also live on One Nation Awards UK. Welcome. We are also live on JhermiNATION Get Champion Facebook group. Ayan. We are also live on Discovery. We're also live on JhermiNATION Facebook page and on YouTube channel JhermiNATION. Yan. Welcome everyone. Ayan. And kindly share the link for all those who are who will benefit from our live stream program for tonight here in our edutainment show, JhermiNATION, our hub for health, arts, and business. Yan. And yan, shoutout sa inyong lahat dyan. And also, anybody celebrating their birthdays today or for this month of December. Ayan. This is for you guys. For those who are celebrating their birthdays today and for this month.
Such an act of desecration was completely unimaginable. The Egyptian people were wrapped in a pall. Although no one came near penetrating what the troops had done, the destruction was irreversible. The origins of Egypt's modern past holds strong. Of course, the problem with such type of destruction is that there's very little left of what Egypt's religious system. But clues do remain if you know what you're looking for. Today, what's left of the violation?
Ayan, happy birthday sa mga nag-celebrate ng birthdays nila today and for this month of December. Ayan. And of course, our germination wouldn't be complete without the seed that we can plant into your mind and let it germinate. Because we believe that everything starts from within. Ayan. So, our inner works for today is this one.
Welcome to Inner Works, where everything starts within us. For this week, let's start off the day by creating a safe space where we can speak our truth and live our authentic lives. For this week, I'd like to share to you this quote. What you think, you become. What you feel, you attract. And what you imagine, you create. So that was famously quoted by Buddha or Gautama Buddha. He lived during 5th century BC. He actually came from a wealthy family and is a prince. But he chose differently and gone through a different path because he was so moved by the world's suffering. So eventually, in his lifetime, he found enlightenment and founded the Buddhism. So let's dig deep. When we're talking about the mind, so let's focus more on how to clean our mind. Because what we think, we become. And what we think actually goes in our heart. And what we feel, what we attract. And what we imagine is the actual manifestation of what we think. So, because that is creation. So, let's focus on ways on how to clean our mind. So, I have just 6 suggestions on how we can easily clear our minds. So, number 1 is start unfollowing. Okay, this is quite controversial. So, it's important to unfollow people who doesn't makes us feel empowered, inspired, or informed. So they just become outside noises that brings chaos in our mind. So start unfollowing people who doesn't contribute to your well-being. So number 2, be selectively social. So it only means just to keep a local social circle small. Because remember, guys, like I always have this, like I don't even like everybody. So why do I try so hard to please everybody? It doesn't make sense, right? So, okay, so let's go to the number 3 or 3rd. So live in the moment. So remember, so we cannot change the past, but we can shape our future. So instead of dwelling in the past and thinking about the things that had gone wrong or what we didn't do, why, let's just focus on the future and shift our attention to the things that we can actually control. So number 4, eat healthy. So this is an utmost importance. So because our body is our temple, so what we eat is actually what we become. A healthy body is a foundation of a healthy mind. So let's go to number 5. Number 5 is meditate. Okay, guys, let's just be clear about this because meditation comes in different forms. I'm not gonna go through all the forms of meditation which I truly enjoy to keep me grounded and at the moment. So, but enjoying some self-time practice and finding the best way where you can connect and actually find your flow in life is very important. So let's go to the number 6 or the last one. So this is quite timely because, especially here in UK, because it's a holiday or summer season. So take a trip. So why take a trip? Because when you take a trip, you detach from your usual routine. Go to a place or better enjoy Mother Nature, because when you reconnect to Mother Nature or when you take out yourself and go to a different place, you find new perspective. So when you have a new perspective, so if you see different cultures or different ways of life, or reconnect to Mother Nature and appreciate more, our environment, you automatically, recharge yourself and, forget about the city life or all the chaos, and even just for a moment, relax. So these are the 6 ways that we can actually clear our mind. So if you think this is something that helps you or can help other people that you know, please likes and follow and comments are very much appreciated. So join us next week again in JhermiNATION. This is Mimi Mili sending my love and light to you. See you next week!
Ayan. So that's our inner works for today by Mimi Mili. And for all of you who hasn't or is new to JhermiNATION, please don't forget to subscribe on our YouTube channel and like and follow our Facebook page, JhermiNATION. Give us some love and appreciation. Ayan. Thank you very much. And now, let us introduce our very special guest for today. Ayan. All right. But before that, let me just play this video before I introduce our very special guest for today. All right, let's bring in our special guest for tonight. Okay, let's bring her in. Hello, let's all welcome Heidi Ferrer. Ayan, welcome here, a mortgage and protection advisor, also a former UK NHS nurse. Welcome here, Ate Heidi, in
Hello.
JhermiNATION.
Hi.
So please greet our live audience here in JhermiNATION.
Good evening sa lahat ng viewers and of course to Jeremy. Thank you for having me here.
Yes, yes. And where are you in the Philippines, Ate? Which part of the Philippines are you from?
From Pasig.
Pasig. So you're Manila girl.
Mm,
In
yes.
Manila. Same with me.
Mhm.
I'm a man from Manila as well. Although my parents
Ah,
are from La Union and Bulacan, but I grew up in
okay.
Manila, and I didn't learn the language of Ilocano, or the dialect of Ilocano. So, which is a
Mhm.
shame. Ayan. So, thank you very much for being here, Ate Heidi. No.
Mhm.
Um, may gusto ko bang batiin to begin with, Ate Heidi?
Um, si Alfredo.
Mukhang nag-frozen ka yata.
Eh,
Ayan, ayan, ayan. Okay
Alfredo
na.
Taklam, like, hi, hello, and to
Meron
everyone.
ka bang gusto batiin, Ate Heidi?
Uh, can you hear me? Can you hear me or no?
Oh. Yeah,
Can you
kaya
hear
lang
me?
medyo nag-frozen yata yung video mo.
Ah, okay.
Yeah.
Sorry. Okay. Yeah.
Ayan. Yes, I can hear you, pero yung video
Mhm.
naglalag ng konti.
Ah, okay.
Oo.
Sorry.
I will
See.
try to bring you in again, yeah? I will just remove and then bring you in. Let's see if
Mhm.
it makes any difference, yeah? Okay. All
Okay.
right. Ayan. I don't know if it's my internet connection or... Okay. All right, let's bring her in again. Ayan ate, can you hear me now?
Yes, I can hear you. Yes, very well.
Yeah?
I can hear you.
Ayan, 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 ayan. Okay na. I think it's my internet connection as well. I'm not sure.
Mhm.
Anyway, Ate, welcome here in JhermiNATION. Yeah. This is our
Yeah.
hub for health, arts, and business. And this is
Mhm.
also an edutainment show
Mhm.
wherein uh, we want people to be educated, informed, and also at the same time be entertained. But before we carry on, nobody escapes my quick fire questions. I always do this to my special guests. Ayan.
Okay.
Are you ready for this one, Ate? Nobody escapes
Okay
my
lang.
quick fire questions.
Okay,
So
okay.
basically, I'm going to throw you questions and you will answer it by the first thing that will come into your mind. It's just a way of
Mhm.
knowing you more, warming you up. As you can see, it's winter now here in London or in England, and of course, having
Yes.
fun here in Germination. All right, are you ready for this?
Yes.
All right, let's go.
Okay.
All right, okay, let's
Mm.
start. Quick fire questions: sleep or eat?
Eat.
Eat. What was the last thing that you googled?
That I googled.
Yes, the last thing that you googled po.
I think mortgage.
Mortgage.
Yes.
Ate Heidi,
Just now.
which body part, apart from your face, which body part you look most in the mirror?
Mm, hair.
Okay.
It's part of the head anyway, but it's
Yeah,
most of the time the hair because of
a
the
hair.
gray color.
The gray color.
Yeah. So I have to
All right.
inspect.
Yes, yes. Ate, would you rather win the lottery or live twice as longer?
Win the lottery.
Win the lottery. Amazing. What scares you? What scares you?
Scares me. Um, of course, losing my loved ones.
Okay.
Yeah,
And
that's
what
what
makes you laugh
scares me.
naman? What makes you laugh?
What makes me laugh? My husband makes me laugh so much because
Oh,
he's
that's good.
a comedian.
It's a
So I laugh
comedian.
a lot. Oo, comedian siya
That's
talaga.
really good. That's
Mm.
really good. Opportunity or security?
Security.
Security.
Mhm.
Rewind or pause button?
Pause.
Pause button. Make
Mhm.
money or save money?
Make money.
Make money. Amazing.
Mhm.
Brain or heart?
Oh, that's difficult. Hindi po pwedeng pareho. Yeah. Maybe brain.
Brain, yeah.
Yeah,
Memory.
brain
Pero
with the heart is
you're a cardiac nurse. You're a cardiac nurse, right? We're both a
yes,
cardiac. You choose brain.
yes.
That's all right.
Mhm.
Memory or imagination?
Memory.
Memory. Ate,
Yes.
if you have the attention of the whole world right now for 10
Mhm.
seconds, what would you like to say?
Well, I'd like to. Well, that's really difficult. Let's talk about mortgages then.
Okay,
Come
that's
to
good.
me,
Yeah,
and I will advise you. That's really
that's
hard.
good. Yeah,
Okay,
let's
I've
talk
got the
about
attention for
mortgage. Yeah,
10.
that's
Yes.
yeah for 10 seconds. Let's talk about mortgage. That's really good.
Yes.
Ayan, okay. All right. So I hope you enjoyed that one.
Yes.
All right. Okay.
Sorry. Very
So
slow enough.
let's just remove that fire at the back. So baka nasusunog na yung likod natin. Ayan. So what treat are we in for today?
Mhm.
I think my
So
internet connection is laggy. I can't press any button yet. Can you hear me, ate?
I can, yes, I can hear you.
Yeah. Yeah, everything seems to be delayed.
Oh, okay, okay.
Yeah, I think it's my internet connection. Ayan.
Mhm.
I'm taking that one away. Okay, so what treat are we in for today and what value can we give our live audience for today? I always look forward to doing germination because I always learn from my special guests. It doesn't matter if they are younger than me. I make sure that I
Mhm.
learn something from my special guests. And of course, I believe that we learn from each other's life journey and experience. And of course, this is
Yes.
a very interesting topic as well. Mortgage and protection. You know,
Mhm.
um, we need a place to live anyway. So whether it's renting or buying your own home, it's a
Mhm.
very shelter, I would say, is one of the basic needs according to Maslow's, right? So first is
Yes.
physiological needs, and then safety and security. And part of safety and security is of course a place to live in, right? We can't just live in the
Mhm.
street or live anywhere. So
Yes.
this topic is very important. Mortgage and protection, a place to live in, a roof under our head. Yeah, that's what we are all aiming for.
Mhm.
Once we graduate from college,
Mhm.
look for a job, and then the next step will be buy a house, right?
Yes.
So, if you are interested about mortgage protection, buying your first house or property, this is the place to be. So please share this live stream to your friends who will benefit from this one or who will be interested on our topic for tonight. Ayan. So, Ate, you are a former nurse, right? You were a
Yes.
nurse before. How long have you been a nurse here in the UK?
Um, 20 years?
Wow, hindi pala tayo
21.
nagkakalayo, ano?
21 pala, 21.
21. Oh, it's the same. Probably we're just probably just a year,
Yes, maybe.
ahead of you. But yes, so I'm a nurse here as well for more than 20 years, the same as like you. So
Mhm.
what made you shift from being a nurse? I mean, you're already established as a nurse for 20 years.
Mhm.
What made you shift to being a mortgage and protection advisor? What was your? I just want to know what is your big why? Why did you shift? What's the reason behind?
Previously, I started doing protection. Uh,
Mm,
at the same time, I was doing nursing.
I see.
So that time, it's just like part-time work for me. And
Mm,
then, but I liked it. I liked it so much. So I had
mm,
to give it up because of stressful nursing career. And
mm,
then it's always at the back of my mind. It's kind of it's always in my mind. So I just want to make sure that I go back and then practice it again. So I had a
mm,
chance to do it again. So I went back to protection, and then
mm,
there was an opportunity for us to widen, our career within the
mm.
financial services. So I studied mortgage advice, and then when I
Okay.
qualified, I said to myself, "Oh, maybe this is it." So I have
Mm,
at least a qualification wherein I could justify leaving nursing. Previously, I
Mm-hmm.
couldn't justify just because of the protection, because protection and
Mm.
then nursing, you studied it for 4 years, and
Mm.
protection, I can still do it like, together with nursing, but with
Yeah.
mortgage, you need to be like, focus on what you're doing, and there's so much into it. It's a lot of work.
Mm.
It's a lot of money involved, so you need to make
Mm.
sure that everything is well attended. So I
Yeah,
cannot
yeah.
just like do nursing and then just halfway focus on mortgage. So I really have to give up
I
one thing,
see.
one. Yes.
Yeah, yeah, and focus on the other one. Yeah. So,
Yeah.
who influenced you? How did you get into the protection? But when you say protection, does that mean insurance?
Yes.
I see, I
Protection
see,
is insurance. Yes.
I see, I
Mhm.
see. So you were in the insurance industry while doing
Mhm.
nursing, but who who influenced you into the industry while you were? Because before, obviously, you were just doing nursing, right? Is this
Mhm.
something of interest to you even before in the Philippines, or just here in the UK when you went here in UK?
When I was in the Philippines, so kind of like partly sold some educational plans.
Ah, okay. I see. I
Yes.
see.
And also like when I went to Singapore, and then I was doing that, like I was selling educational plans to like Singapore nurses. They're Filipino nurses, but they're in Singapore,
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
because they have family back home. So I
Mm-mm.
sold the policies to them, and
Yeah,
then
yeah.
here, somebody sold me a policy
Uh-huh.
for protection, and then I said I can do whatever in my mind. I can do whatever he is doing. Uh,
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
But because I was timid and shy initially,
Yeah, yeah.
maybe he did not
Yeah.
believe me, but he said to me, "Are you sure? Are you sure?" I said, "Yes, I want to do
Mm.
that." And
Yeah.
there, so I'm kind of more of like on the advice um,
Mm.
portion. I'm not actually a seller. Because when you sell, it's like
Mm.
more of like flowery words. I don't do
Mm.
that.
Mhm.
Um, I analyze or like listen to the needs of the clients, and then I
Yeah.
advise. But I
Yeah.
don't
Yeah.
like use flowery words just for them to buy, because I want to make sure that there is a need.
Yeah.
That's why
Yeah.
I'm
Yeah.
suggesting or recommending something to them. So that's
Absolutely.
yes.
I see. So even before pala, no, even before you came into the UK, you're already selling like policies, educational plans. So it's
Yes.
I would say it comes with you already while doing nursing. Parang at the back of your mind, at the back of your
Mhm.
mind, it's something that you really would like to do. Yeah. So
Mhm.
when you left nursing, there are gradings in nursing. What band were you when you left nursing?
Band 6.
Oh, band six.
Yes.
Okay, okay, I see.
But
Yeah,
from band 6, from the NHS, I went to private nursing as well, to private hospitals. So
I
I was
see,
in
I see.
private hospital when I left.
Mm-mm.
Yes.
I see. Okay, so you saw more. Is that because you saw more opportunity for your professional and personal growth in the protection and mortgage industry rather than in nursing, or what was
Mm,
the you had enough of nursing in short, and you want to do
may-
something else?
Maybe partly, but it's mainly my interest is more on finance.
I see. Okay, okay.
Yes. Because even in with my family back home, it's more
Mm,
of like financial side. It's just me
I
who's
see. Okay.
on the nursing side. So
So it runs in the family din pala. Most of your yeah,
mhm.
I see, I see. So that's the reason
Mhm.
why. And but was nursing actually your first choice when you took nursing?
um, it's not my choice. It's my parents. So
Your parents' choice.
but
Yeah.
I never
Uh-huh.
had any idea of what to take for
Yeah, yeah.
college. So I asked my
I see.
father, "What do you want me to take? Because I do not want to stop studying. I want to make
Yeah,
sure
yeah,
that I
yeah.
finish, like, I get a degree after four
Yeah,
years."
yeah.
So he said, "Okay, take nursing so that you can go, like,
Abroad.
abroad." I said, "Okay." I said, "Okay, as long as I won't stop studying. I mean, I want to finish
Yeah, yeah.
something." But I'm thankful to nursing, because if not for
Yeah.
that, then I wouldn't be able to do this one. the
Yeah,
mortgage.
that's correct.
So
That's correct. Yeah, that's true. That's true.
yes,
Yeah, it's I think it's part of the Filipino culture, no? Take nursing. That's the
yes,
it's like the pambansang kurso, nursing. So,
yes,
dapat it should be declared as the pambansang national course, nursing.
yeah.
Because if you want to go abroad, go to nursing.
Yes.
All
Well,
right. Okay.
generally Filipinos are caring anyway. So
That's true. That's true. Yeah, yeah.
yes.
And then I interviewed. You said Dr. Calbalita, no? He
Yes.
said actually that nurses are in a very good position to be entrepreneurs because we are as an entrepreneur. You need to have the leadership skills which we have in nursing. We are leaders in our own right as a nurse, because we lead the
Mhm.
care and everything. And we are also caring. People will only feel that you care for them if you start caring for them as well. So it's like a feedback mechanism. So nurses being leaders and being caring, is very important skill as well as an entrepreneur. Yeah, because as an
Mhm.
entrepreneur, you look for problems. So you would like to solve problems, right? You want to be a problem solver,
Mm.
and you care for people. So that's one good skill. So, how was your
Yes.
transition naman? Your transition. I'm just curious about your transition. You've been doing the protection. You've been in the protection industry for a while, and
Mhm.
then it was only you said. When did you give up nursing altogether? Was it?
Altogether,
Yeah,
July 2019, before the pandemic started.
I see. Okay, I see.
Yeah.
Okay. So you've been in the protection industry for years and years, and then finally you decided, okay, I'll give up nursing. So, how was your transition? How was the transition? I'm sure there are challenges,
Mhm.
and
Well,
so how was your transition?
up
I
to
know it
now there
took
are
a
so
while.
many. Yes. Sorry. Up to now there are so many challenges. Because
Mm,
with mortgage on board, it's really difficult. It's a lot of time
mm,
being
mm.
written. Previously with protection, you just do the application like just at one sitting, then you finish it and submit it. With
Yeah.
mortgage, it's a long process because
Mm,
as you may be aware, I mean, mortgages can take 6 months or even a year. Like
I
it,
see.
it can fall through as well.
Mm,
So
mm,
you want to make sure that the experience of the client is as smooth as possible. So when they come back to you that this is what's happening, all right, okay. So what's the situation now? So you have to tweak some things
mm,
to
mm,
make
mm,
it
mm.
appropriate for them because well whatever you recommend to them should be suitable. So
Yeah.
we have assessments also. So and the network I belong to, they're very strict.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
it's very strict. So we have to follow the guidelines that they set for us.
Yeah.
It's not just really about selling and getting paid for it.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah. You have to take responsibility, especially that it's a lot of money being lent to the borrower, and
Yeah.
it's
Yeah.
through you, the application that you made on their behalf.
I see. I see.
Mhm.
So you really have to be very careful. As what you said, you're very thankful in nursing as well because without
Mhm.
nursing, you won't be able to develop the skills as well in order to
Mhm.
be like a mortgage and protection advisor. So it's the same, in
Mhm.
nursing, we look after people's life, which is very, very important. But at the same time,
Mhm.
in being a mortgage and protection advisor, you have to be very, very careful as well because you're talking about lots of money, and if
Mhm.
something goes wrong,
Yes.
it's either you lose your license or you go to prison or all these things, and then you know
Yeah.
you the name of the company as well. So you have to be very
Mhm.
careful as well.
Yeah.
So it's good because whatever skill you develop in nursing, you are able to transfer it into what you're doing right now. I know it's not a very
Yes.
easy transition, but what do you think is the rule of thumb? What can you advise? Like obviously you're transitioning from nursing and then to
Mhm.
a different industry, completely different industry. You know, uh,
Mhm.
what is your rule of thumb that you can advise now? Okay, this is it. I can leave nursing now and go to what I would like to do. What will be the rule of thumb for you?
Okay. First and foremost, the qualification. You need to have that because
Mm-hmm.
if not, like, how can you justify, like, leaving something that you have, like,
Yeah.
earned for many years?
Yeah. Yeah.
And also, when you decide to transfer, like, to another career, please don't
Mm.
look back. Not looking. I'm not saying that looking back, you don't want to be thankful or grateful for what you were in the past. It's
Mm.
not that. Don't look back just because you need to focus on what's in front of you.
Yeah. Yeah.
Because I heard from Denzel Washington,
Yeah.
he inspired. Like, sometimes I just watch like inspiring messages or talks by
Yeah.
him,
Yeah.
and he said, like, when you fall, don't fall back, fall
Yeah.
forward, so that
Yeah. Yeah.
still you see what's right in front of you. Because if
Mm-hmm.
you fall back, it's hard to see your goal, so you don't
Yeah.
really
Yeah.
focus on what's right in front of you. So I said, oh, that's a good thing. So like,
Yeah. Yeah.
stand up and keep focus,
Mm-hmm.
fall forward.
Fall forward. Amazing.
Yes.
Amazing. That is really good. I just would like to greet all those who are coming in right now. Yeah, we have Mr. Jimmy Wong. Wow, wow, galing. Thank you, Jimmy. Hello, Jimmy. Yeah,
Hi, Jimmy.
Jimmy Wong is one of my mentors actually in the business. Yeah, thank
Ah,
you, Jimmy. Thank you, Jimmy.
hi, Jimmy.
Ayan, and ayan, oh, Alfredo Kakam, hi.
Hi, Alfredo.
Hello, Alfredo. Ayan. Ikaw ang may sala. Bakit nandito si ate ngayon?
Yeah.
Hello, Alfredo. Thank you. Thank you. Yan. So yeah, it
Mhm.
wasn't a very smooth transition, ano. Tsaka yun nga, yung sinabi mo na there will be challenges. And thank you for that very inspiring words na you have to fall forward rather than falling backwards. And that's true. You
Mhm.
have to focus on something. You have to focus on something first. And in terms of in terms of yeah, you can't really serve two masters at the same time. You have to give
Correct.
up one, you know. But then maybe in the near future, you'll never know. Something might come up, and then you might need nursing again. But that's true. Just it's like saying there's no plan B. Kasi if there's a plan B, your mind is sometimes like parang hati eh. Parang hati.
Mhm.
If you think na, oh, this is the only way, and then you'll just have to focus on that one. Pero pag at the back of your mind, you're thinking, oh, I still got this one that I can fall back to. Parang you can't really give your 100% on what you're doing. So you have to challenge yourself. We have to challenge ourselves, and we have to get out of our comfort zone and
Mhm.
just make that decision na I will do this one and leave this one, because what we
Yeah.
focus on grows, tama. What we focus
Yes.
on grows. Yeah, yeah.
Yes. I
Amazing,
just want
amazing.
to add on that one, like, when you said there shouldn't be any plan B,
Yeah.
actually, Leia Salonga said that. I mean,
Mm,
there shouldn't be any plan B,
yeah,
just
yeah.
one, because otherwise you won't be able to focus. You won't be
Yeah,
able to
yeah.
deal, like, with the challenges, what's on your plate at the time.
That's
So
true.
there shouldn't
That's
be
true.
any plan B.
That's true. Amazing. And I second emotion. I echo that one. Kasi mahati yung attention mo eh, 'di ba? Kaya
Mhm.
dapat
Yes.
just go ahead. Walang distraction. Ayan. So, how was it received naman by your family? I'm sure your friends, especially your family, your relatives will somehow say something, during your transition. How was it received by your family, especially na, oh, you're gonna leave nursing after 20 years and then go into this industry, mortgage and
Mhm.
protection advisor. How was it received? How is it received by your family naman? Relatives or
With
friends?
Yes, with my nuclear family, they're very supportive. So they said,
Mm,
If that's what you like, just go ahead and then, like,
yeah,
concentrate on it."
yeah,
Because nursing is really hard too.
yeah,
Um,
yeah,
we've been nursing for a long time, and it's
yeah,
physically tiring. So
yeah.
they said, "Okay, you have that, then we'll fully support you." But my
Mm,
family back home, my
yeah.
mother especially, she's worried. What about your pension? So that's what she's worried about. Your pension, okay. I said,
Mm.
it's okay, no worries, because like, we did some investments also. So
Mm.
we want to make sure we made sure that we have something
Yeah, yeah,
for our future, like, when we retire. And
yeah, yeah.
I don't think with my work I will be retiring too early because it's not physical. It's mostly like,
Mm-mm.
talking to people, and also
Mm.
like now it's more on technology.
Yeah.
Um, so it is maybe easier in terms
Mm.
of like, physical uh, need.
Yeah,
Uh,
yeah, yeah.
and then my friends, they're
Mm-hmm.
okay. Colleagues, they're okay. There, of course, you can't avoid other people like saying some things
Yeah,
that
yeah,
you don't want to hear. But
yeah,
I
yeah.
mean, I'm not here to please anyone.
That's true.
I'm
Yeah.
here to, like, at least before I part this world, I
Mm.
have done whatever I want in life.
Yeah, yeah,
Um, my family is the most important people
yeah,
to me.
yeah, yeah,
So
yeah,
um,
yeah.
it's not that I don't care about other people, but when you hear negative things, then you
Mm.
just have to, like, it's okay. Like, you don't want to hear it, then just let it pass, and it's
Yeah, yeah.
okay.
Hmm.
So,
That's true. At the end of the day, we have to do what is best for us and for our family. Yeah, that's
yes,
really true. And because if you listen to other people, it's suicide. And it's
exactly.
very important as well. It's very important na who do we listen to? Who do you listen to? Do you listen
Mm,
to those people na, of course we have to listen to those people na who have who have done or who have achieved
mm,
more than you, diba? Because they are not positioned
yes,
already. So we have to be
yeah,
careful as well. And who do we listen to? Do we listen to, yes, he's a friend, but what does he know about my profession? Or, as what you said, it's not a form of disrespect, but you know you just have to protect your mind as well. That's very important. As what we say in
mm,
inner works, our mind is actually the basis of our life. So you have to always
yes,
protect your mind, so no negativity is allowed.
yes,
Because you're gonna pollute the mind, and
yes,
it's gonna reflect on what we do in our life,
yeah,
because our mind is the basis of our life. Ayan.
yes,
Ano naman yung
yeah.
mga like personal challenges mo personally, like, and how did you deal with it?
Personal challenges with regards to
Yeah.
like mortgages as well, or
In your
just
transition as well, in your transition.
in my transition. Um, to be honest, it was so hard to leave nursing. That's
Mm.
why I tried leaving already in the past, because
Oh,
that
okay.
one that I like, I couldn't focus, and
Yeah, yeah, yeah,
also because we earn only by commission. Of course,
yeah, yeah.
I have a mortgage. I have
Mm.
other liabilities. So
Yeah,
I
yeah,
need to make sure that there's money coming in regularly, because I do not want
yeah.
to have any defaults on any payment. So
Mm.
of course, when you begin being an advisor, the salary that I got from
Yeah,
nursing, I won't get it immediately. Like when I shifted to being an advisor,
yeah,
so it took like few months
yeah.
to raise it to that level, and then
Mm.
it improves. Also, somebody told me do not chase money.
Yeah, yeah,
Let it just come through. Then just do your best.
yeah, yeah,
Do your best work, and then the money will just follow through. So I said, yes, that's really good. So
yeah.
I just make sure that I do my best for my clients, and then I get referrals from there.
That's true. So that's the
Um,
that's the cornerstone of everything. You give value first, and money
mhm,
is just the byproduct of our service and the value that we give to our clients. So that's true.
yes,
Don't chase it. Just do your best. Because the more we improve ourselves, the more we improve our service, and with the hope that we will earn more money, because we are growing ourselves. We can only grow our business or our profession as we grow ourselves as well. Yeah,
Mhm.
that's really good. Yeah. And what one big lesson naman that you can share to us in your journey, nursing, transitioning to a mortgage and protection advisor, and obviously you have that fear before na, oh, baka ma-default ako sa mga like financially, because
Mhm.
with as a mortgage and protection advisor, you earn by commission, not by salary,
Mhm.
Um, ano
Yes.
naman yung what will be one big life lesson that you would like to share, that you can share to us
Mhm.
in your journey during that time?
Um, I think um, well, I mentioned earlier that I said
Mm.
before I part this world, I would like to be able to do whatever I like, whatever I want.
Yeah, yeah,
And
that's true.
that's why I really pursued on this.
Yeah.
Um, at the back of my mind, if I
Uh-huh.
finish, if I retire as a nurse, it will
Yeah,
always be here. And
yeah.
there's no sense of fulfillment. So,
Yeah,
especially when you reach a certain age, like in a
yeah,
midlife crisis, I
yeah.
think
Okay.
everybody goes through that phase in life. Then
Mm.
it's like you weigh things. It's like what is really my purpose in life,
Yeah.
and then if
Wow.
it's really worthwhile, staying or like changing. But of course, there is the appreciation of life. It's just that you need to reflect and then
Yeah.
find your
Wow.
purpose.
That's really amazing. That's really good. I like what you said. If you don't do it in this lifetime, there will be a lot of regret. There's a lot of what if. What if? And at the
Mhm.
end of the day, it just takes courage, right? It just
Mhm.
because on the other side of fear is a big reward. The bigger the risk, the bigger the reward. Yun nga sabi nila, di ba? And that's a big risk,
Yes.
leaving nursing for 20 years, and you have a a stable salary, and then going to being a mortgage and protection advisor wherein you earn by commission. That's a big risk. And yeah, the bigger the risk, the bigger the reward. And there's only
Mhm.
one way to find out, but just to do it, isn't it? You'll never know if you never
Yes.
try. And at the end of the day, as what you said, you will if you didn't do it, if you didn't pursue it 2 years ago, if you didn't
Mhm.
pursue it 2 years ago, then you will be just thinking, oh, what if I didn't, all
Mhm.
of these things going on in your mind, and you will at the end you will just have regrets that, oh, I didn't do it. I wish I have done it. So it's
Mhm.
just uh, a matter of overcoming the fear. I think overcoming the fear
Mhm.
in order for you to do all these things. Yeah. And at this point, I just would like to greet Alisa Darren. Welcome here in Germination. Welcome. We have
Hi,
Carl Anthony
Elisa.
Guerrero Mamangon. Hello, Carl. Ayan. Team Karma. Ayan.
Mhm.
Hello. Welcome here in Germination.
All
Ayan.
right.
Okay. So, ate,
Mhm.
with all honesty and truthfulness, nursing
Yeah.
is a noble profession.
Mhm.
Obviously, it depends on the country where you are as well. If you go to US, definitely it's highest paid, better paid job.
Yes.
If you go to, but the only drawback is people come back here because of the vacation leave. We got more vacation leave than there.
Yes.
But we are not as much as paid compared to US nurses, but we got more annual leave. We got more benefits in here. And there are people
Yes.
who go to Middle East. It's a good compensation as well. But the thing is, you can't be a citizen in there. You can't stay there. You will always be forever like an overseas worker if you go to Middle East, isn't it? They can't give you a
Yes.
citizenship, even though there's a good salary in there. But with all truthfulness and honesty, we both of us have been in nursing for like 20 years, and we've seen it all.
Mhm.
If somebody asks you right now, like a student or not a student, but somebody, uh, Heidi, would you recommend me to become a nurse? What advice would you recommend nursing to somebody? But before you answer that question, hold on to that thought.
Okay.
Before you answer that question, I just would like to pause for a commercial break and we will be right back. Ayan. Okay, so let's just pause for a commercial break and we will be right back.
Tapos na niluluto mo ah. Paborito ko yan.
Sa World Remit, naiintindihan namin ang iyong paglalakbay. Na minsan, kailangan lumayo upang makamit ang tagumpay. With ways to save more, when you send more, World Remit is here for you, so you can be there for them.
Wash your hands. Or sanitize your hand. Wear your face mask. And maintain a safe distance.
Have yourself a merry little Christmas. Let your heart be light. From now on, all trouble will be out of sight. Have yourself a merry little Christmas. Make the Yuletide gay. From now on, all troubles will be miles away. Here we are, us and olden days, happy golden days of yore. Faithful friends who are dear to us, gather near to us once more. Through the years, we'll all be together, if the fates allow. Hang a shining star upon the highest bough, and have yourself a merry little Christmas now. Faithful friends who are dear to us, gather near to us once more. Through the years, we'll all be together, if the fates allow. Hang a shining star upon the highest bough, and have yourself a merry little Christmas now. Yes. I always serenade my guests here in JhermiNATION. Teka, naka-silent ka pala. Ayan. So we are back. We are back. All right. So going back to that question, if somebody asks you, would you recommend nursing?
Yes, 100%. If you have that caring attitude, go for it. You want to care for
Yep.
people, yes. If it's a noble profession, of course, and it's a well-paying job. Also, if you don't want to do nights, there's different specialties in nursing that you can go to. So just find what whichever one you want. And also, lastly, the most important thing is when you do this thing to people, care for them, you're doing it to God. You're
Yeah.
being closer to God. So, like things are easier because you're doing this. I don't know. That's how I felt when I was doing nursing. Even now, when I stopped doing nursing, I just apologized. When I pray, I said, "God, I'm sorry that I'm no longer in nursing," because I see it as part of being closer to Him. But
Yeah.
when I ask for help, I don't cold call my clients. Mostly referrals, and surprisingly, every week I have referrals, and it's I just say, God, thank you very much for, because it's like I feel that it's everything is just a blessing from Him. Even though I've given up nursing, it's He continues to shower me with blessings. So I said, thank you.
That's really good, yeah. And it's really good as well, no? Because um, maybe people's mentality would be when you go abroad to practice nursing, right? But it doesn't mean that you have to retire as one as well, and you're living proof of that one that you go abroad. It doesn't mean that you have to nurse all your life. Of
Yeah.
course, if it's a personal choice, of course, it's a personal. If you want to do that, then that's fine. But on the other side, there's always other side of the coin. There's other perspective that you can look at. At the same time, you can still carry the skills of being a nurse by not nursing, but being on another profession, just like what you're doing. You're still using the nursing skills that you learned from nursing into what you're doing right now by being very careful, very caring, being a leader, your interpersonal skills, dala-dala mo lahat yan. So that is really good. So we don't have to retire as a nurse if you come to another country or whatever profession or industry you're in. Ayan. So let's just flash Alfredo's message in here. The thing with Ma'am Heidi, whatever she do, she put her heart into it. Kaya yung approach niya, mas personal. Kaya clap, 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 clap talaga. Ayan.
Thank you,
That's from
Alfredo.
Alfredo.
I owe
Thank you,
you.
Alfredo, for your comment. Ayan. To all people, I have referred to her. Puro positive feedback lahat. Mastery of the subject. Check na check. Ayan.
Oh, thank you.
Ayan. Thank you, Alfredo. Ayan. And no worries, you're nursing our and mortgage protection too. Ayan. No worries, you're nursing our life and mortgage protection too. Ayan.
Yeah.
Thank you very much, Alfredo, for your comments there.
Thank you,
Amazing. Thank
Alfredo.
you. Thank you. So tell us now what you do naman. Let's go now to you. To what you are currently doing as a mortgage and protection advisor. So, would you recommend getting a mortgage?
Yes.
Okay.
Well, if you have the money for the deposit, yes.
Uh-huh.
and also your attitude to risk, like whatever your heart dictates. You're hardworking. You're staying here. Of course, you want to feel like at home. So,
Yeah, yeah,
like when you have your own, it's different.
yeah,
Like
yeah,
you feel
yeah.
secured. You feel good.
Mm-hmm.
Like
Yeah, yeah,
after work, then you come home. Yeah, it's yours, and whatever you're
yeah,
paying, like every month, then
yeah,
of course it's not put into waste. So
yeah, yeah.
it's I would recommend.
Good, good. Any practical tips naman who wants to obviously
Mm,
mostly are first time buyers. When I googled,
mm,
about mortgage, it what I saw was back in last year, according to last year's statistics, there were like 2.8 billion or
mm.
million first time
Billion.
buyers. Billion.
Oh,
Yeah,
million,
yeah.
million, million. Yeah.
Million. Yeah, yeah.
Mm,
2.3
yes.
million
Mm-hmm.
first time buyers, and that's like a history. It's a world record,
Mm-hmm.
right? Back in
Yes.
2020. So why do you
Yeah.
think is this one? I mean, despite we know that 2020 was pandemic, right? It was a global recession, but we see the opposite in the statistics that 2020, as we all know, it's a global crisis, but then there were 2.8 million first time buyers, which is a history, a record
Mm.
history. Why do you think is that one?
Maybe because the interest rates went down, so everybody
Mm-hmm.
grabbed it. No, not
Yeah, yeah,
everybody, of course. Majority of the people grabbed it. Those
yeah, yeah, yeah,
who were capable of getting a mortgage.
yeah,
And
yeah,
apart from the interest rates, the what the government did for the first time buyers, like
yeah.
the stamp duty holiday.
Oh,
So
yeah, yeah, yeah. It was, yeah,
they grabbed that as well. It's a
yeah,
good timing for them. And some of the house prices went down also during the pandemic.
yeah.
So those are like, I mean, good timing for them, for those people who had already the deposit.
Exactly.
So yeah.
And that's what I would like to tackle right now, or to echo right now. It's being prepared. At the end of the day,
Mhm.
it's the habit of saving, because not
Mhm.
everybody will be able to grab that opportunity unless
Mhm.
you have something already saved, right? So
Yes.
that's very important. It's key for all our live viewers to develop the habit of saving, because
Mhm.
not everybody will be in that position.
Mhm.
Nobody knew that
Yes.
it's gonna be global crisis or pandemic, right? But
Yes,
those
that is
who
right.
have prepared, who's already got savings, will be in a better, much better position to grab the
Yeah.
opportunity. To always be prepared. So that's I think that's the main thing.
Yeah.
Develop the habit of saving, and so that you will be prepared for that when that opportunity comes, you can grab it straight away, and you are in
Yes.
a much better position than those people who don't have the habit of saving. Yeah. And what will
Yes.
you any practical tips naman for all for first time buyers? How are
Yes.
they going to prepare for first time
Actually,
buyers?
yes, it's very important. Like first time buyers, okay,
Yeah. Mm.
the more savings, the more money you've got for deposit, then
Uh-huh.
you are in a better position because you might qualify for like um, what is this cheaper rates.
I see. Okay.
Yes,
Mm.
and also like when you're intending to have a mortgage, please make sure that you don't have like late payments with anything, even 1 penny. Please don't do that. It will appear
Mm-hmm.
on your credit file or credit record. So when you
Mm-hmm.
apply for a mortgage, they will check on that one. All the lenders have the access to check on your credit files.
Yeah.
No late payments, no defaults. If you have, let's say, credit card, you use the credit card, it's okay
Mm.
to use that as long as like you're responsible enough to like pay that off.
Mm.
Um, Also, no big loans. If you have big loans, of course, they will deduct that like on the amount that they could lend you.
Mm.
Also, one more thing, like the paluwagan thing. That's very
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
common with Filipinos.
Yeah.
It's okay to do the paluwagan, but I know that there are people who facilitates the paluwagan, and then the paluwagan is being deposited into their bank accounts, and then of course it goes out straight away. It's okay.
Yeah.
But nowadays it is becoming concerning for the lenders because it's like what is this coming? Like it's a big amount of money coming into the bank account of just one person and then going out again. It's like, what is this? Are you financing something? Are you it's kind of like
Yeah.
is this money
Dodgy.
laundering
Yeah.
or
Yeah.
something?
Yeah. Yeah. A
So
bit dodgy. Yeah.
we know what paluwagan is. I mean, nobody
Yeah. Yeah.
earns from it. There's no interest, nothing. It's just like for fun, like between
Yeah.
trusted
Yeah.
people within work or family. But it's different. It's they look at it in a different, of course, perspective. So
Mm.
avoid that. If you want to do paluwagan, just do it like cash. Give it to the person rather than like being deposited into your bank account, or maybe if you're the facilitator, open a bank account
Mm.
solely for that one. It's
Mm.
because it's not
Yeah. Yeah.
yours personally.
I see. I
Um,
see.
then the self-employed people as well.
Mm-hmm.
It's you need like 2 years of like self-employment. At, at least 2 years. The others require 3 years of self-employment record or earnings.
Okay.
Um, there's a lot that I want to like say, but of course we're
Yeah.
only like in a very short of time. But those are
Yeah.
the main ones. But save as much as you can because
Uh-huh.
you will be paying stamp duty as well. So apart from the
Yeah.
deposit, it's a big
Mm-hmm.
amount for the stamp duty. Although
Yeah.
first time buyers, you're good like up to 300,000. That's the current regulation. But up to 300,000, you won't be paying for that one. Above 300,000, you have to pay. But of course, rules change. So don't just
Mm.
assume that it
Yeah.
will be the same for the rest of the years to come. So many things, but those are the like the main
The main
ones
ones.
you're really thinking
Wow.
to have a
Wow.
mortgage.
Yeah. That's really good. Thank you for giving us that practical tips, ano? Lalo na yung loans, no? So no, because you mentioned about the loans. So for all those live viewers there who wants to be in the uh, climb into the property ladder, first time home buyers, be careful ano na yung mga loans pala, no? If you have loans, and then it will be deducted din pala, no? So
Mhm.
it will somehow have a negative impact. Is that what you're trying to
Mhm.
say? Yeah. If you have other
Mhm.
loans, so
Yes.
it's in short, if you analyze all these things, it's really good to have a like a financial education, or be financially literate, how you actually uh, use your money or invest your money. Because if you have
Mhm.
loans, then it will have a negative impact if you are in the future, if you're going to
Mhm.
get a mortgage. So
Mhm.
stay away from from big loans like that, otherwise it's gonna affect. And then yung paluwagan, it's good that you mentioned that one, because yes, it if I will be like in the bank, working in the
Mhm.
bank, that will really look suspicious and dodgy. Big amount
Yes.
in, and then after hours or a day, it will be taken away as well, it will be withdrawn. So yes, it will look dodgy, definitely, even though
Yeah.
it's not really dodgy. I mean, it's not really it's just our culture. Now we have this paluwagan,
Mhm.
but obviously other nationality or the bank will look at it differently. It will appear as
Yes.
dodgy. So thank you very much for that those practical
Mhm.
advice. Yeah.
Yes.
So the mortgage, mortgage will be the biggest purchase that a person can take, or can make. But at the same time, it's also the largest debt that we can have. What is your point of
Mhm.
view about this one? It
Um,
is the biggest purchase that somebody can make, but at the same time, obviously, it's a big purchase, so you will end up with a large debt as well. But
yes.
what's your take on this one?
Um, even though it's a big debt,
Yeah,
it is for your home.
yeah,
Whatever
yeah,
happens, if you don't buy your own home, you will
yeah.
still be renting for the rest of your
Mm,
life.
yeah, that's true.
you bought your own property, then there's a term, like a time that you will end up paying your for your mortgage because you have fully paid your mortgage, and then you wouldn't have to pay every month. But with renting, you will be paying until, for a lifetime.
Yeah, yeah,
So,
that's
I
true.
mean, you don't lose in any mortgage because the property appreciates in value. Not all
Yeah,
the time, though. There are times that I'm like, like the credit crash, eh,
yeah,
like,
yeah.
many years ago. Of course, the
Mm.
properties, the prices went down. But I mean, most of the time, like the greater percentage is like, going up.
Yeah, yeah,
So, I don't think you will lose anything with,
yeah, yeah.
with the mortgage property.
Yeah. So in short, it's a good debt. It's a good debt because
It's a good
the
debt,
yeah,
yes.
definitely, yeah, yeah,
For
yeah,
me, it's a good debt. If it's like,
yeah,
if
yeah,
you're classifying it between bad and good debt, it's a good debt.
yeah.
Yes.
Because at the end of the day, you need a place, to live, and you as what we said earlier, Maslow's hierarchy of needs. It's
Mhm.
the second on the after the physiological needs, we have the safety and security. We're in
Mhm.
our house, our shelter, falls
Yeah.
under. And yeah, it is a good debt. Not all debts are bad. There are good and
Yes.
bad debts. Bad
Yeah.
debts is when you use your money to buy liabilities or things that depreciate. But house,
Mhm.
even though it's a large debt, it's the biggest debt that you can have ever had, but it appreciates in value. So there will come a
Mhm.
time now you want to sell your house, and obviously it has already earned, it has already appreciated and grown in value. So you will have a profit there. So it's a good debt.
Mhm.
It's a good debt at the end of the day.
Yes.
Yeah, yeah.
Mhm.
So
Um,
yeah, go on, yeah,
Sorry, I just want to add something, like, when you mentioned about the loan. For the loan,
yeah,
um, that doesn't mean you cannot get a mortgage when you have a loan. You can still get a mortgage, of course. It's just that,
yeah.
like, it varies, like, on the amount that they can lend you. But
I see. Yeah,
it's still okay. I mean, if you have it's okay. Then just meet with an advisor so that it can be assessed properly.
I see. And that's the reason why we have mortgage and protection advisor, isn't it? So whatever your
Mhm.
situation is, as what you said earlier, you always listen to the client and see where the
Yes.
need is, so you can offer whatever service or product you've got on your arsenal in
Mhm.
your in the company that you work for, right? That's why we
Yes.
have advisors. So there's always a way. There's always a way. Yeah.
Yes.
Good, good. So, what ano naman, let's go naman, because once you get a mortgage, that's the start of everything eh. As what you said earlier,
Mhm.
it's not just about being financially ready, pero psychologically you have to be ready as well, because when mortgage starts, that's the start of everything. You have to the maintenance, if something goes wrong.
Mhm.
You don't have a landlord to
Yes.
do it for you. You have to do all the repairs and everything. And obviously you
Yes.
have to buy the furniture, you have to decorate your house, you invest a lot of money in there. But what practical tips can we give our live audience in terms of once you get a mortgage, they be
Mhm.
how can they be smart, you know financially, when once they have a mortgage? What happens is, when you once you get the mortgage, obviously our mind will tell us, okay, you have to work harder, longer, until
Mhm.
you forget about looking after yourself. You get sick, and then,
Mhm.
or you develop an illness because you're not looking after yourself, because you're thinking about the mortgage. You just gonna be in the loop of working longer and harder just to make both ends meet, or just to keep up with the
Mhm.
payment. So what will be our practical advice to our live viewers right now, or those who will be watching
Mhm.
this one later on, once you have a mortgage you know
Yes. So once you have your mortgage, I mean, like the maintenance itself. Uh, First thing, like, when you bought it, like in the process of buying it, there will be like survey report,
yeah,
of
yeah,
course. So you won't buy a property that is dilapidated already. right?
Yeah. Of
Of
course,
course, if you don't want that, like, if you see that you will be spending a lot of money for the repair, of course
Yeah.
you wouldn't like that property. You'd go and,
Yeah.
like, search for another property, the one that's, like, most likely be livable, rather than just like, coming to the house and then repair most of the um, the damages or something. So that's why the surveyor is there to, like, do these things for you so that you are informed. And then, of course, the solicitor, conveyancer, then they will do that. And of course, the lender wouldn't lend any money, big amount of money for something that, I mean, it's not worthy of their business. So that's one thing also. And of course, the mortgage advisor is there. Um, so when you already bought the property, let's say it's a good buy, right? And of course, council tax, you will still be paying the council tax. Even when you were renting, you're paying the same council tax. So you just have to continue paying for that one. And then, of course, your bills still continue with it. Um, the mortgage itself, I think it's more or less the same with what you're paying for your rent. If you are sharing with another person when you were renting, of course, there will be a massive jump with your bills. Well, bills and of course the mortgage payment. Um, you need to be prepared for this. When you talk to your mortgage advisor, you have to tell them what is your budget every month, so that you don't put yourself buying a property that is very big, that will require you to pay a big amount of monthly repayment. So you don't go to that area. Make sure that everything is affordable, and the mortgage advisor will also make sure that it's affordable. They won't advise you or recommend any mortgage that is not suitable for you. It has to be suitable. So if it is not suitable, then no. Also, you need life insurance, critical illness, or income protection, because you've taken that amount of loan. That will be part of your bills already when you have a mortgage. Because if something happens to you, so let's say your family lives in the property, then you suffer stroke. So what will happen? Do you have that amount of money, like, will be coming in to pay for the mortgage throughout the term of the mortgage? No, of course not. Then the other person would have to work double just to make up for the lost income. So it's better that you are really protected in all areas. If it is affordable for you, of course, it will have to go down to the budget. So that's why you inform whoever your advisor is, that this is my budget. So what can we have, like, in terms of protection for this? So that's how it is. You need buildings insurance as well. At least it's a requirement, of course, of the lender all the time, because, of course, fire, and then, of course, how will you rebuild the property? Do you have that much money to rebuild it? So you need buildings insurance at least. Well, contents insurance, it's up to you whether you want it to be covered, but buildings insurance is a requirement. But if it is your own property, life and critical illness is, for me, it's good to have, or income protection.
Yeah.
Mm.
Absolutely. Very important, very important. Because it's a big, as what we said earlier, it's the biggest purchase that you can have, and that's the biggest debt that you can have as well. So it's just very wise and smart to have a protection as well. That's what you do. Diba? You mortgage and then protection, which is insurance. In the event that something happens to the person who's got the mortgage, you are protected, right? um it will be paid out, isn't it? It depends on I know there's different packages around it, or the
Yeah.
different packages can be offered, but at least you don't have to worry that it will be a burden
Yeah.
to your family or to your children, isn't it?
Yes.
So
Yeah.
that's really very important. Yeah,
Mhm.
and having the right insurance as well. Of course, we see it as an expense, but it
Mhm.
actually gives us a peace of mind. I think
Yes.
that's what we're buying. That's what we're paying. It's not really you know. At the end of the day, it's the peace of mind we're buying and what we're
Yeah.
paying. In the
Yes.
event of
But
something happens, you have uh, you have something to support you, like the
mhm.
buildings and contents, the life and critical insurance, and the income protection as well.
Mhm.
Yeah, that's
Yes.
really good.
Um, these expenses, like, don't be scared about this.
Mm.
Be scared if you're not protected. Be very
Yeah,
scared
yeah,
if you're not protected. But
yeah.
make sure that you have the money to pay for this. Whatever happens, you will still have to pay for those liabilities that you have. So might
Yeah.
as well get protected.
Mm.
It is very wise to have the protection. Um, Also, like, think about this, like, you're buying expensive things for yourselves, like, for women, like, bags, shoes, and everything, like the jewelry, but no protection. This is your, like, own, kind of like, your bread and butter. So you have to protect yourself, especially when you have your family, then mortgage. So those are the ones that you need to protect, and of course yourself.
And obviously the family that we will be leaving behind. Not leaving behind, but
Mhm.
if something happens to you and you're not
Mhm.
able to work because of those like uh, big diseases like or illness, that's a stroke,
Mhm.
cancer. These are the main ones, isn't it? If you suffer stroke, if you were diagnosed with cancer, and what else? There are plenty, isn't it? There are other
Yes,
things, yeah.
yes, because each provider
Heart
has
attack as well, yeah. Heart
heart
attack,
attack. Yes,
yeah. That's
there's
one of
like
the big four, yeah.
yeah,
Yeah.
there's a list of critical illnesses for each provider. Like, so
Mm.
there's a lot. So it's very hard to, like, just like discuss each. Otherwise,
Yeah,
it will
yeah,
be
yeah,
like
yeah.
yes.
Yeah. But I found out there's a difference pala, no? There are some providers that also cover serious. Kasi there's a difference pala, no? Between a serious illness and critical illness.
Mm-hmm.
So, uh, what is your take on this one? Obviously, people will go for the serious one because it doesn't have to be critical, because it can be serious enough not
Mm-hmm.
for you to be able to work and go back to work, isn't it? It doesn't need to be critical.
Yes. Uh-huh.
So what is your is it part of your the service that you provide, not just
Yes.
critical but serious illness as well?
Mm-hmm.
Can you
We
tell us
do.
more about this one?
Yes. I'm not gonna mention any provider, okay?
Yeah.
But with serious illness cover, um, they pay, well, most of the time they pay for the severity of the illness.
Yeah, yeah.
You look at the definition of an illness that they cover. Well,
Mm,
let's say you were diagnosed with cancer, and then the way they define it, it's different. Like, providers have different ways of, like, how can you claim this cancer? You need to
mm.
meet the criteria, like our
Yeah,
definition.
okay.
So
Yeah.
you may have cover with a provider that says they only cover serious illness, and a
Yeah,
cover with the provider that covers critical illness. That's how they
yeah,
term it.
yeah.
Um, with the one covering the serious illness, depending on the severity, then let's say you have 10,000 pounds each cover of benefit
Mm,
from each.
yeah,
With the serious illness, depending on the severity of the cover. So let's say the severity is
yeah,
50%, and their definition says we pay you 50% of the cover. So
yeah.
they paid 5,000. And the other one, under their definition, you meet the definition of their of the cancer. Then they
I see.
say they will pay 100%. So you may have
Ah, I see.
10,000 here and then 5,000 here, because the other one covers the severity. So I mean pays the severity of the illness. So they look at it like, how severe it is, and then
Yeah.
there's like, the percentage of the severity of
Yeah. Yeah.
the payment that they will give you.
Mm-hmm.
So it's how it is. But um, it's not the number of the illnesses that is covered, especially that,
Mm-hmm.
like, for nurses like us, or anyone in the healthcare industry. You have an idea of like how an illness is defined, and when
Yeah.
you look
Yeah.
at the definition, you will know, like, if you'll be able to claim for this certain illness or not. So look at
Mm-hmm.
it instead of like counting the number of illnesses that is covered. um,
I see. Okay.
that's how it is. But of course, people go for like, severity. If they say they're
Mm.
there are more chances for them to be able to claim under the severity of
Mm-hmm.
the illness, then go for it. If that's suitable for you. If not, then go for the other one. But you have to consider also, like, the other requirements of the providers, whether they require you to do activities for them to be able to get few things, or the perks that are involved with the product.
Mm-hmm.
Um, please look at the terms and conditions.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah.
And that's the tricky part, ano? Because nobody nobody actually reads it. With all honesty, isn't
Mhm.
it? We just take it
Yes.
and then pay for it, and then when things happen, that's when you get surprised because, oh, I thought that it's this like that, but
Hmm.
as what you said, it's how they define it. It's how they define it.
Yes.
That's why it's very critical that upon getting all this protection or insurance, you really have to seriously read it and then ask the question, what if this
Hmm.
happens to me? Are you going to cover it? As what you said,
Hmm.
it depends on the words or definitions of each provider. So there's
Hmm.
a the, the, there's a discrepancy sometimes. Not all providers have the same meaning or the terms that they
Hmm.
use. Okay, so that's a
Hmm.
good ano pala. So it's a good bullet point for everyone who are listening right now.
Hmm.
Not all providers are the same. They might have different meanings of
And
what cancer is and all these things. So you have to be very careful. You have to really read and ask the provider.
yeah, yeah,
If there's any questions that you may have. Yeah,
yeah.
so that's
It's the
really very important.
criteria actually
The
that you have to
criteria.
meet. Yeah, the criteria for
I
that, like,
see. I see.
certain illness. Okay, you
Yeah.
need to meet the definition and the
Yeah. Yeah.
criteria.
I
So,
see. I see. I see. Is it ano ba? Just out of curiosity, is it wise ba? Say for instance, you already have a protection on one company. Is it wise to get another like protection from another company if you can afford it?
if there is still a shortfall
Uh
on
huh.
your needs, then yes, it's okay.
Okay.
Like, let's say for you, let's say you're earning 50,000 pounds, and then we calculate, like, based on your earnings and the
Yeah.
number
Yeah.
of your like, how long your youngest child is still dependent on you. We calculate that, and then we recommend you that this is your ideal cover. So if you still have the money, and you still have the shortfall, and you have the money to like, buy the policy to cover the shortfall, then yes. But there is also a limit, like, for they will ask you whether you have more than 1.5 million life insurance cover. This is part of, like, the question for medical questions for some of the providers. Well, most of the providers for life insurance, because it is subject to medical underwriting. So for critical illness, sometimes they ask you, um, with this cover, will the total amount of your critical illness cover with us and other providers be more than 500,000 pounds? Of course, you just need to answer those questions, because at the time
Mhm.
of claim, they will know whether you're claiming for this, like, from this provider and from another provider. So they will know.
I see. I see. Wow, that's really very interesting. So yeah, if there's a shortfall and you can afford it, so why not? At least at the end of the day, if something happens, you get more. You get more support, right? Okay.
Yes.
Amazing, amazing. All right. Okay. So let's just have a little bit of icebreaker, ate.
Mm-hmm.
Let's just have a little bit of icebreaker.
Mm-hmm.
I just would like to say hi to Ate Sonia de Castro Omali. Yan, watching from the Philippines. Wow. It's
Hello po.
3 o'clock or 4 o'clock in the morning in the Philippines. Yeah. That's how early we are in the Philippines when we wake up, you know.
Mm,
We are early
nice.
risers in the Philippines, yeah. So good
Wow.
morning, Ate Sonia. Thank you for tuning in around this time. 4 o'clock in the morning, I think, in the Philippines. Yeah. So just a little bit of I call this describe in one word. Just a little bit of icebreaker. So I'm just gonna
Mhm,
show a picture and then just describe in one word. Yeah. Just describe in one
mhm.
word. Okay. Let's go for this one. All right. This one. You recognize him?
Yes.
Chikitan. Describe in
Yes.
one word.
Finance.
Finance. Okay. How about this
Yes.
one?
Icon.
Icon.
Mm. Oh, I don't know him. A
Elon
Tesla.
Musk. Tesla, yeah. Elon Musk.
Elon Musk. I didn't know
Elon
that
Musk.
it's him. I just
Yeah, yeah.
recognized Tesla.
Tesla,
Yes.
yeah, yeah.
Hmm.
Okay. Describe in one word.
Impressive.
Impressive.
Yes.
Steve Jobs. Describe in one word.
Well, good. I'm
Good.
sorry. Good. Sorry, because I watched his life
I see.
story. Uh,
I see. I see. I see. Yeah.
yeah. Admiration.
Admiration.
Admiration for this lady. I know him too.
Bo Sanchez, brother Bo.
Yeah, Bo Sanchez. Um, well, inspiring.
Inspiring. Ayan. Ito
Yeah.
naman.
I like him. I like him. Yeah, yeah. Yes. There's a word for him. Respectable.
Respectable, yeah. Yeah.
Yes, respectable person.
If he's respectable, how about this one?
He's funny. Funny.
Funny. Yeah, funny.
Yes, he makes you laugh.
Okay.
Yes.
How about this one?
Weird.
Weird.
Yes. Mm.
All right. Okay. All right. Well, thank you very much, Ate Heidi, no,
Mhm.
for sharing your time and your expertise and all those golden nuggets that you have shared to us. And
Mhm.
before we wrap this up, I always ask this question to my special guest. I call this the dinner question. Yeah.
Oh,
Nag-dinner
okay.
ka na ba, te? Nag-dinner ka na?
No, not yet.
Not yet. Okay. Tama-tama.
Mhm.
So if you're going to
Yes.
have, I call this the dinner question. If you're
Mhm.
going to have dinner with somebody, anybody in this world, even though not living anymore, dead, who is this person that you would like to have dinner with? Why? And what question would you ask this person?
Um, Sorry, I'm more on the finance. So there's no specific person, but I'd like to meet the people who are on the upper 3% or 5% of richest people in the world. How did they do it?
Wow. Yes. Yes.
I want to know because there are so many people who are rich, but nobody dares to ask them, how did you do it? Can you teach me?
Yeah.
Because
Yeah.
I think we just need to ask them and then learn from it. But we're scared to ask because we're so kind of like, we're snob.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
We have to be humble enough to know that we're not in the same level as they are and then ask them. And
Yeah.
then, can you teach me how to do it so I can be like you? It's not about I'm saying it's all about money in this world. No, we only use the money to be able to live, to meet our needs.
Yeah.
I know
Yeah.
that we cannot bring this to our grave or to
Mhm.
eternal life. No, but this is just for us to be able to experience the beauty in the world also, like, because that is what we use, like, we buy things with money, we buy the food with money, although
Yeah.
if you go back to Philippines, you can just plant on your backyard and then you can have food to eat, but
Yeah.
even here maybe, but that's we just use the money as an instrument, but not as like our like to what is this, as God or something. No,
Yeah. Like
it's
your
not like
master.
that.
Like
Yes,
the
no,
master,
not
yeah.
yes.
If
So
anything, it should be our slave, isn't it?
yes,
Let's make
correct.
money our slave. Let them work for us,
Mhm.
not us working
Yes,
for money. Yeah.
yes. Because at that, like, when you're at that level, you will be able to help people more. I think, but at this time,
Yeah.
you can still help people. It's just that
Mm.
it's limited because you only have limited source of finance.
Yeah.
So, but
That's
if
true.
you have more, then I think you can share more.
That's true. That's true. Amazing. I really love that. I really love that. Money is just a tool. It's just an
It's just a
instrument.
tool.
It
Yes.
amplifies who you are. If you are a very generous person, give you more money, you will be more generous. But if you're somebody
Mhm.
who's um, it's got a wicked intention, it
Mhm.
will just amplify who you are. So if you're a
Mhm.
bad person, give you more money, you will use
I
it
don't
in
know.
useless things, destructive
Yeah.
activities, destructive things, gambling, whatever, drugs, all these things. So yeah, and then yeah, because the more you have, the more you will be able to help other people.
Mhm.
That's true. That is
Yes.
really good. Yeah, yeah. And as what you said earlier, we ask because we would like to think that if they can do it, we can do it as well. You know, it's
Mhm.
just a matter of the mindset that we have.
Mhm.
What
Yes.
mindset do we have? Do we have a poor or a rich mentality? When we say rich or poor, it's not about the money that you have, but it's
Mhm.
I am referring to poor as a poor mentality. You know,
Yes.
not you can have a lot of money, but you can have a poor mentality. So
Mhm.
we're talking about here
Yeah.
about the rich mindset. An
Yes.
abundance mindset, a prosperity
Mhm.
mindset. Yeah. Wow, thank you very much,
Mhm.
Ate, for your time in here. And that's for
Thank
you.
you.
Ayan.
Oh.
That's
That's
a
good.
virtual flower for you, for your
Yeah.
time in here, for sharing your experience, your expertise, and we do really appreciate it, Ate. So thank you very much, and I hope you enjoyed your time in here, your interview here in Germination.
Yes. Thank
Yeah.
you very much. Thank you very much also dun sa mga viewers mo,
Mhm.
especially to Alfredo. Thank you.
Uh-huh. Yeah, and for all those who will be watching this one as well, there's a lot of things that they can learn from this live stream. So even if it's finished, they can watch it over and over again. This will be out in
Mhm.
YouTube and on Facebook as well. So those
Mhm.
who missed this one, um, obviously you can watch this back and you can share it to people
Okay.
who will benefit from this one because we've learned a lot from you, Ate Heidi, today. So thank you very
Thank
much. Meron ka bang
you.
gustong batiin o pasalamatan o any parting words to our live audience uh, today? Is there anything? The floor is yours. The floor is yours. Ayan.
Thank you. Thank you very much for having me here, Jeremy. And to Alfredo, thank you so much for recommending me to Jeremy. And to all the viewers, thank you. Yun lang po. I just want you to like think about your future. Like spend well, um, save, and pero stay good po talaga inside. Importante po talaga yung mabuti ang kalooban. Although I chose
Mhm.
brain earlier, but kailangan po talaga mabuti ang kalooban kahit gaano na tayo kayaman or ano man ang narating natin sa buhay. But thank you.
Ayan. Okay. Ayan. Thank you very much, Ate. Thank you very much for your time in here. Again, ladies and gentlemen, let's give it up to Heidi Ferrer, a mortgage and protection advisor and also a former UK NHS nurse. Ayan. Thank you very much, Ate, for your time in here.
Thank you
God bless.
too.
Okay.
Okay, God
Thank
bless
you.
too.
Bye
Okay,
for now. You can have your dinner
bye-bye.
now.
Yes, have a good
And I'll have
night.
my dinner now as well. Thank
Yes,
you. Thank you.
thank
Thank you.
you.
Bye.
Bye.
Bye. Bye. Ayan. So that's our special guest for tonight. And I'm very sure that you have learned a thing or two in our live stream for today. Ayan. Ayan. Teka, let's see. Something, my internet is actually playing up for some reason. Anyway, so what's next on Germination? Okay, so this coming Sunday, who have we got up next here in Germany? Ayan. So that's our guest for Sunday, and I hope you've learned something. So please share this live stream to all those who will benefit from this one. A lot of golden nuggets we've learned from Ate Heidi, and yes. So as for me, ayan, let's wrap this up. So for me, um, the quality of our life will depend on the quality of the thoughts that we are thinking. Always make sure that we plant those seeds of positivity in our mind every single day and let it germinate so that one day we will see the better version of ourselves. And always remember, our mind is the basis of our life. See you again. Bye for now. This is Jeremy of JhermiNATION.
Hello everyone! As we are growing our community, we would like you to be part of JhermiNATION. So if you like our episode for today, please don't forget to subscribe on our YouTube channel and to like and follow our Facebook page, JhermiNATION, and to share the videos to all those people who you think will benefit from it. And if you know anybody whose life story is inspiring or even your life story can be inspiring, please get in touch with us because you'll never know. You will be our next special guest for our next episode because we believe that your life story is worth live streaming. And don't forget to watch our live stream shows every Wednesdays, 7:30 in the evening, and on Sundays, 11 o'clock in the morning, and that's UK time. See you next time. This is Jeremy of JhermiNATION.